something to be careful about is adding the little subscripts when you can't. Okay, so magnesium oxide has got one magnesium and one oxygen. It just has, and we saw that why in the previous video. So go back and look at the previous video if you want to know why magnesium oxide is MgO. So it's MgO, and we can't change that. So now I've got a problem where I've been given an equation. You might have done this in the lab where you burn magnesium in oxygen. So that equation looks like this. Magnesium. Oxygen gas is a molecule that's got 2 oxygen atoms. We can talk about that later in the year and how that works, but for now you just need to know that oxygen gas has got 2 oxygen atoms. And then we know that magnesium oxide is written like this. So what this is saying is magnesium in the form of the ribbon, the metal, solid form, plus oxygen forms magnesium oxide. You might have remembered doing that in the lab, and it forms like a powdery substance. When it becomes magnesium oxide, it kind of just disappears under the flame into a powder. Well, it doesn't disappear, but it looks like it disappears. So if I were to say balance this equation, the temptation would be there to see, oh, I've got 2 oxygen atoms on this side and I've only got 1 on this side. So you might be tempted to do something naughty and put a little 2 down here. But you never ever do that, because you've changed the configuration of magnesium oxide. I've already told you, we've already proven that magnesium oxide, look, the magnesium oxide looks like this. 1 magnesium, 1 oxygen. So if you were to do this naughty thing and to put a little 2 down here, subscript 2, what you're telling me is that magnesium oxide is not what it is. It's not 1 magnesium, 1. What you're telling me is that magnesium oxide looks more like this. Now that wouldn't work, would it? Because somewhere there's a spare electron floating around. So that would be what you have written here, and that is wrong. That's not magnesium oxide. So never ever write a little subscript, a little number there, unless you are actually changing what the molecule is. Okay? What we want to do is, instead of doing that, if we need 2 oxygens on this side of the equation, we have to just double the amount of the whole molecule. So you've doubled the magnesium as well. So by putting a big 2, the word for that is a coefficient in front of it. What you're telling me is that now we have 2 of these attached to each other. Okay, so 2 MgO means 2 of these. We've doubled the whole thing. That's how we balance equations. We add coefficients. Because I've added 2 to the front, I need to go back here and add 2 magnesium atoms on this side.